How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Wonderful. I'd like to thank Bob for putting on this event tonight. Bob, if I get a round of applause for Bob, please.
Thanks, Bob.
I'd like to thank all the future poets tonight. Warren, Wildcard, Elijah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'd like to read a poem that I wrote for a musical giant, short poem. It's called Blues for BB. The thrill is gone, but the legacies and the memories will live on forever. Thank you. This poem I wrote, it's one of my recent poems after the devastation earthquake in Nepal. What really caused me to write this poem was me seeing a picture before the earthquake of a monastery built on the side of a mountain, and me wondering now, does it still exist? It's in like a Hindu reggae form, which is repeating verses over and over and over again. What comes to mind is George Harrison's My Sweet Lord. I'm sure all of you heard that in pop culture. So the poem is called Das Raga, a beautiful house I wonder somewhere in Nepal. Today, this morning, as I watch the sun wondrously rise on somewhat stable ground, I sit, I wander, I wonder, and I worship. A house of worship, a beautiful house I wonder, a house of God I worship, carved into the side of a mountain, a beautiful house somewhere in Nepal. Today, this morning, as I watch the sun wondrously rise on somewhat stable ground, I sit, I wander, and I worship. A house of worship, a beautiful house I wonder, a house of God I worship, carved into the side of a mountain, a beautiful house somewhere in Nepal. And I wonder as I wander, and I wander as I wonder, and I worship as I wander, and I sit as I watch the sun wondrously rise on somewhat stable ground. A house of worship, a beautiful house I wonder, a house of God I worship, carved into the side of a mountain, a beautiful house somewhere in Nepal. So I wonder as I wander, and I wander as I wonder, and I worship as I wander, and I sit as I watch the sun wondrously rise on somewhat stable ground. Is it all still there? Thank you. Finally, greener of pasture. What are they? Could they be nothing more than celestial holes of light in space? Some say as numberless as individual grains of sand upon parched wasteland and thirst-quenched beach stars. We have longed to see its truth. One can only imagine to conceive and contemplate such thought. Could it not be perceived beside the realms of that of a dream? To see suns in such great numbers, the wonderment of it all. Moonlit, dark and crepuscular twilight, magnificent gifts of perception, a panoramic picture unfurled before our eyes, majestic views in every direction. To weigh oneself alongside the cosmos would be an act of futility. He laughs as man fights as if Goliath, whose destiny it was to lose. Come to terms with the enormity and accept your station within his creation. Grace continues to allow us to view and count the stars if we must. Metropolises, their emitting lights, have polluted the night sky. To honor the heavens with tricks of trade of a magician's smoking mirror, with rabbit hats and sleight of hand that deceives the mind's eye. Temporary respite a cosmopolitan should acquire for a moment, if not forever. For a breather has its just reward that refreshes and nourishes the soul. Greener of pasture, mountain of higher ground can only bring you closer. to reach the touch, then precipitously snatch a pearl, a radiant luminance. Snatch and then try and crawl inside and feel as though you are blessed. For you have indeed stumbled upon attaining his loving visage. Look up, observe, accept, be humbled, and fold. My name is Lester Mobley. Thank you.